All right, gang family, what's good? What's up? It's such a blessing to have you here. Like, truly, I feel so grateful. I tell you this all the time because you're so truly special to me. It's something new, okay? Now, thank you if you're new, if you're old, you've seen me before, if you've never heard of me. My name is Leo. And welcome to this live, welcome to this channel, welcome to wherever you're viewing me at. Just welcome. Okay, so I'm super excited about what I'm going to talk about today, of course. But before I get into it, I just want to let you know, if you did not know, I have a podcast called Lleo The Llion, spelled just like, if you look in the corner, I don't know if it's going to still be there later, or if you look somewhere on the screen, it'll say Lleo The Llion. It's spelled exactly how it's spelt, and you can find me on YouTube and other podcasting platforms such as Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many others. Okay, so many others. So if podcasting is your thing, I just wanted to let you know that those podcasts, they've been on pause for a while, okay? But they're going to be rolling back out pretty soon with video and audio. So, like I said, you can catch me on YouTube and other podcasting platforms. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this topic that we're talking about right now, which is that it's not weird to talk to yourself. Now, go ahead and dismiss yourself if you just are opinionated and you don't have an ear to hear, okay? That is fine. And we're not worried about it, okay? But if you really want to know, okay, so people think that is weird when you I just remember growing up and I talk to myself all the time, okay? And somebody's probably watching like, well, duh, no wonder she don't think it's weird, but just listen, okay? Just listen. And people would talk, I remember hearing people saying, oh, you talk to yourself? And for a while, that's how it was. And then as I got older, people would start saying, okay, well, it's not weird if you talk to yourself, but it's weird if you start responding to yourself. And they're all that way. We ain't listening to them because they don't know what they're talking about, okay? When you're talking to yourself, first of all, before I even talk about talking to yourself, I just have to first touch on this main thing, right? Your words, your voice is so powerful. And I don't know about your experience, but the devil or society or this programming has been attacking my voice since I can fucking remember, And I've always struggled with speaking up for myself and just speaking in general. Unless I was spoken to, I didn't really say anything. But I've grown and I've learned how powerful using my voice and my words actually has been. And so, when you're talking about talk to yourself, this goes back to what we were talking about yesterday and the day before. This is kind of rolling through the whole week. When you're talking to yourself, you're building a relationship not only with yourself, but you're building a relationship with spirit. And through that building of a relationship, it's opening doors into a deeper knowledge of who you truly are before these societal standards, before these expectations from your, the roles that you've been placed in society, whether, like I said yesterday, I was daughter, son, mother, bus driver, customer support, whatever it is for you, whatever the role was that you were given, okay? Before all of that, who are you? Who are you, okay? And that's what we're trying to get deeper into, because there is our core being, and then there's the roles that we have to play in this game of life, right? Does it make sense? I hope so. So, as you're building that relationship with spirit, and you're gaining the knowledge for yourself, and not just even gaining knowledge, but just gaining a deeper perspective on yourself. You are also, I'm sorry, let me look at my notes real quick. Okay, scratch that last thing I said. I'm sorry. So, as you are already talking to yourself. Okay. Now, everybody has a relationship with themselves already. I don't know. You should write this down as a journal. And actually, I want you to. Okay. Take this down in your notes. What are the conversations that you have to yourself daily? Not out loud, but in here. Because you're always talking, you're always thinking, and those thoughts, they're not always yours, but they're thoughts, right? So, you're thinking to yourself, so, like, they're your thoughts. Okay, how do I explain this? Because that sounded kind of confusing, right? So you have your thoughts, you have thoughts all day long. And some of those thoughts are triggered by other things that are happening in your environment. Some of those thoughts are just thoughts that how you talk to yourself, how you talk about other people. And then some of those thoughts are coming from higher energies. Some of those thoughts are coming from lower energies. And so we want to know, what are the thoughts that are talking, that you're saying to yourself and about other people? What are those thoughts? The ones that, you know how we think things, but we don't always say what we're thinking. What are those thoughts that you're thinking about yourself and about other people that you don't actually say out loud? And it's important because you're having thoughts all day long. And some of these thoughts are conversations to yourself, about the people. And so, though they're not coming out of your head, they still are affecting you, right? They're your thoughts. So, if it's not weird that you think a bunch of thoughts all day, why would it be weird that you verbalize those thoughts? The only thing that I can think of why it would be weird is because you're using your voice to vocalize whatever it is. And for some reason, using this voice is it's like an immediate attack. No, there's not even a for some reason. It's because your voice is so fucking powerful. Not only just your voice, but the words that you use and the meaning behind those words. Now, I think I've said this before. I'm pretty sure I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it on video, but in conversation, I've definitely said this before, where your words... So the meanings behind the words that we use, right? There's the general meaning, right? That the societal general meaning of the word, but then there's everybody's different interpretation of that word. So for example, abundance, okay, I'm just using a word. There's the general meaning of abundance, which is just like an overflow, right? But then everybody can kind of interpret that word abundance differently, especially if you don't know the definition of abundance and you're just going by what I had talked about yesterday, word cues. So just with that alone, right? The whole reason why I brought that up is because the impact of words is extremely powerful. And you see this not only in just like conversations, but in our music nowadays. It's a lot of, I don't really like talking about mainstream music because a lot of it, I don't know if you notice it, but a lot of it is just very negative, and it comes off in a way where it's not negative. Like, yeah, this is the hype shit, but really, you talk about popping pussy, throwing ass, like one of the songs that I'm like feeling lately, honestly, it's called F and F. And I'm gonna tell you guys, bro, I've been jamming to this song, okay? Somebody was talking about Sierra, like throwing ass to the song, but it's a hype song, but really it's demeaning towards men. And I understand it. That's why I like it. But at the same time, it's not uplifting and motivational. And even though they're hyping it up, yeah, this is the new shit. It's like, what I already say, demeaning. I was gonna say downgrading. That was the word that came to my mind. So you just, especially when you're being more intentional about the type of influence or impact that you want to leave, you need to be more intentional about the words that you're saying to others and the words that you're saying to yourself. And so let's go back on topic when we're talking about talking to yourself and, building that relationship. Not only are you building that relationship, but you're manifesting through just talking. You're manifesting, especially if you have people that are listening to you. And not even just especially if you have people listening to you. You're just manifesting your lifestyle through the words that you say, through the things that you're thinking, honestly. But when we say the words, instead of keeping them in our head, it's like bringing it from a mental space into a physical space in a way. And I know, like, you talk and you can't physically see the words that are coming out of my mouth, but you hear it and it sits in you, and you feel it in your body, and other people can hear it and they interpret it in however way that they interpret it. So that's like the first step of manifesting. You have to bring it from in here into out here. And as you're talking, you're able to visualize and see it a little better. So you don't physically see it, like I said, but you can see it in, like, as you're speaking words, other people create images and thoughts off of the words that you're saying. So in that way, it's visualizing and manifesting. I hope that made sense to you, okay? And then, I'm sorry, hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so when we're talking, so also, I wanted to tell you also, with the words that you're saying, you want to be, I don't know if I already said this or not. Okay, so I apologize if I did already say this, but you want to be very intentional with the words that you're saying, and you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to stress yourself out. You, first of all, just allow the words, like the things that come to your mind, just allow them to come out. Like, speak it, whatever it is that's in your head. And I do this often. Like, I'll be laying in bed, and I was actually doing this last night, and it's kind of annoying because, like, I have these thoughts in these moments where I'm laying in my bed and I don't have a pen next to me or a paper, and I'm just like trying to go to sleep and my brain's going. And I have a fucking amazing ass idea, and I don't have any, like, I'm not gonna get up and go get a pen or paper, but I'm trying to go to sleep. I'll just speak out what I'm thinking, like, wow, these thoughts just come to my mind, this, that, and the fifth, right? These are the thoughts I'm thinking, and how I feel about those thoughts. So you kind of that's an exercise that I highly recommend doing. Whatever it is that you're thinking, whether it's positive or negative, you want to say it. Just speak it out. Just let it go, okay? And if you don't like the things that you're saying, if you don't like the things that you're thinking, question it. Where's this coming from? Why is that? Why did I say something like that? Like, I know. So another example, I have some friends that have a hard time dealing with their anger, and they get really aggressive, and like one of the things is like they wouldn't mind killing somebody. Like, to me, that's like, oh, I could never do that. But to them, they're like easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, I'll fucking murder a man, and it's like that doesn't make them comfortable that they're okay with that. But at the same time, it's how their society raised up with, like, the things that they've seen and heard. Like, it's kind of like survival of the fittest. And so I challenged them to question that, like, where, you said it came from society, but exactly where does that come from, and where did it trigger you? And if it makes you uncomfortable, why? Why does it make you uncomfortable? What are the thoughts that you would prefer to be having? And then why do you think it's bad to have those thoughts? Now, not even just the thoughts, but why do you think it's bad to say how you feel? Now, I just touched on something really quick that I want to go back to. I talked about saying whether it's positive words or negative words, to speak it out, okay? Now, a lot of people, they'll tell you, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That's right in a way, you don't want to go attack people and hurt people just because you're hurt. But you do want to allow yourself to express how you're feeling, no matter what it is you're feeling. Now, through this expression, okay, expression is so important. Through your expression, this is allowing you to let go of what it is that you're feeling, so you're not building on shame, fear, guilt, and all these other negative things that you hold on, these burdens. I like to think of and I appreciate tarot. I don't read it anymore, but I like to think of the 10 of Wands in tarot, because you're carrying all these things, and some of them are not yours. They're like people gave you sticks, like, here, can you carry this for me? In a way, it's like society's like, here, this is for you to carry too. Since I gotta carry it, you carry it too. And it's like, so a lot of those things are not for you to carry. A lot of those things, you're supposed to express it and let it go. And so, you want to express how you're feeling, whether it's a positive feeling, whether it's a negative feeling. And through that expression, that's helping you let it go. That's helping you release. So, and maybe you may express something and you still feel this anger or this, whatever the feeling is, for a while. Keep expressing it until it's gone. And it's important when you're expressing, the whole thing is through expression, to allow yourself to feel how you feel. But, you don't have to attack anybody in that feeling. And you don't have to point blame. You actually want to take responsibility, because when you're taking responsibility, accountability, you're taking the wheel in your own life. You're taking control over your own life. And the more you point fingers and point the blame at other people, that's like allowing people to control you. And so, and that's really why words are powerful. Like, you can say words and those words are allowing other people to control you, or you can say empowering words that, may allow you to control how your life is going, but still express what it is that you're feeling. And I don't think enough people are teaching this, so I might even go deeper on that in another video. But yeah, you just want to express those feelings in a way that is going to be a release for you, but minimum damage to other people as possible. And when I say that, also, I kind of sidetracked on this, but it's important that I tell you this, okay? When I'm saying that, everybody's not going to be pleased. Everybody's not going to be happy with the shit that comes out of your mouth. And there's nothing that you can do about that. All you got to do is express how you feel in the way that is like releasing to you. Excuse me. And, whoever gets mad about it, it is what it is. But you can't allow that feeling to fester within yourself, because then the more, that's not protecting your own mental space. Now, like I say, you don't have to shit on other people, but other people are going to take it how they take it. So all that to say, I'm looking at my notes, guys, you guys know. All that to say, question, wherever it's coming from, those thoughts, if you're not comfortable with them, where do they come from, and why aren't you comfortable with it? What makes you uncomfortable about it, and what can you do about that to change it? So I think that's all I have for you today. Let me just look at this calendar here real quick. It's not weird to talk to you. Yeah. So I think it's not that I think. I'm trying to also, so I'll just talk about this real quick. Another thing that you want to pay attention to is the words that come out of your mouth. I think I said this already, but I mean it in this way. Like, for example, one of the things that I'm trying to do is stop saying I think. I think all the time, but the thing about it is, when I'm saying I think, it's like, it's in a way where it sounds like I'm not sure about what I'm saying, but I'm so used to saying I think, and so that's something that, I want to let go of, because I don't want it to be implied that I'm not sure about what I'm saying, because I know the things that I'm saying, it's just like a habit. So you want to become aware of those thoughts, and that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, okay? And that's what I was trying to say. These videos, they kind of go hand in hand, and they're rolling into each other. So all the videos from Monday up until Friday, they're going together. And so tomorrow we're going to talk about checking your thoughts. And until tomorrow, express yourself, express it. Whether you're talking to yourself or you're talking to other people, let the words just flow, okay? Because you hearing them out loud versus you hearing them in your head, it just hits different. And you're able to take something more out of it. It's like, the way that I see it is like, in your thoughts, you're like, say you got a brilliant idea in your head and you're like, oh wow, that's cool. You can either, I always recommend writing it down on paper, but also speaking it out loud. It's like seeing dinner in your head. You see it like, roast beef and cabbage and some mashed potatoes with gravy. Like, it's looking good, it's sizzling, and you can see the smoke. Like, it looks good. But then actually saying the words, it's like, now this is in my plate. This is my plate. I'm about to eat, So I hope that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, you can message me and I'll try to give you a better metaphor. But that's all I have for you today, yo. It has been a pleasure always. Hey, if you are in a place where you just are sick of being, how LaToya says it, broke, busted, and disgusted, and you know that there's more in life for you, you know that you're supposed to be doing more and leaving more of an impact, and you want to get into a higher connection with yourself and your mind, and you want to really improve your mind space, comment down below more and I will reach out to you, okay? But until next time, it's always a pleasure. And yeah, bye.